Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
That's your money saying it's time for a McDonald's run. Because with new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. Like buy a 6-piece McNuggets and add a McChicken for just $1. Your money says let's go. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Hello, everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and just like all of our other episodes, it will include major spoilers. You've officially been warned. If you'd like to hear the episode in full, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today to get hundreds of hours of exclusive Patreon content, all for just $10 or less. Without further ado, here is your Patreon clip.
I love that we see gasoline, we're going to light that shit on fire, and my immediate reaction was, you're living in buildings made of wood. So these infected, they catch fire and then they just run at the wall. And I thought, oh God, are we just going to burn this entire town down?
Okay, I love that. I didn't even think about that as a possibility. I kept thinking, especially once the infected get in and they're running up to the roofs, I was like, y'all didn't have a barricade on the doors to the stairs leading up to the roofs where you're hiding out?
I know. When I started to see people getting taken out, I mean, very Dawn of the Dead, where you just think, oh my God, they're... No, I don't want to live in this world again. But it was shocking because it also happens very quickly. Like once we breach the wall with this, it's a bloater. Is that right?
Bloater. Yep.
Yeah. So we should note that this is played by stuntman Glenn Ennis and then augmented with CGI.
Looks good.
Oh, really? That's so interesting. I was about to say, I think it sometimes looks good, and then other times I feel like it's too CGI.
I think it looks better the more burned it gets.
You know what? Yeah, I would agree with that. And we should note that they did it slightly differently than the bloater we saw in season 1. So I think that one was just man in a suit, and they had to kind of cut around it because they weren't always happy with it. This one, they had the man in the suit, and then they augment it with some CGI. I think they did some stuff to make the head look a bit more impressive in the face. Yeah. But I agree, like watching it barrel down as Tommy is hitting it with this flamethrower was good fucking shit.
Actually, one thing I did really like about this sequence, so, Tommy distracts the bloater because it basically is going for Maria.
Yes.
And he runs down this alley. He runs down this alley and there's a dead end, and he turns around and it's like he kind of rounds the corner, and it's like you can hear the bloater in the building behind him, and he's just waiting like, what the fuck do I do? I don't want to go through that door, because what if it's like right there and not like 10 feet away from the door?
Yeah.
That is every single video game encounter in this game where you're like, you hear them and you're like, fuck, because there's a mechanic in the game where you can press a button and it's the listen mode, where basically there's like a 15-foot radius around you or 20-foot radius around you, and if there's an enemy, be it through a wall or across the room or whatever, it highlights them in white.
Okay, interesting.
So, but either way, so you can see, okay, I can tell it's right behind the door, but if you can hear them and they're right out of your like range, you can't see them in your listen mode. And so it's like, do you want to take the risk and go there, or do you want to wait for them to come to you? And that's assuming they've even noticed you, because you could be hearing them and they don't know you're there, so they're just sitting in the room. So you have to make those decisions on the fly, so this just reminded me of one of those experiences.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, because I'll confess, I didn't have the same kind of viewing experience as that, because it was mostly, of course, he ran into an alleyway that's a dead end and he can't do anything. And it was really more, okay, could we potentially lose Tommy? And I'll be honest, I was pretty sure, because we were focusing so closely on him, that it seemed unlikely that this bloater was going to finish him off. If anything, it felt like he was the distraction and Maria was going to be the one who was going to get